Hello again, everyone. Todd Staruch, the Horror Nerd, here at the second New Jersey HorrorCon and Film Festival. And I am here with three authors, and I'm going to screw this up, so I may as well get started early. We've got Frank Edler.
That's me.
We've got Tim Meyer. And on the end here, Chuck Buda. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
So we'll start with you here on the end, Tim.
Okay.
How's it going today?
It's going fantastic.
So far the convention been good for you?
Yeah, it's been great. We met a lot of new readers and a lot of horror fans, and it's been a very well-run convention. I'm having a blast.
That's awesome. So have I. So tell the viewers a little bit about your work here that you're presenting.
So I write mainly supernatural horror, supernatural thrillers, and post-apocalyptic fiction. My newest book is Sharkwater Beach, put out by Severed Press, and it's basically like Jaws meets Aliens.
Wow, yeah. Jaws meets Aliens, huh?
Pretty weird and crazy, but
sounds like it's right up my alley.
Could be, yeah, if you're into Jaws and Aliens.
How long have you been writing?
So I've started publishing in 2012. I've been writing since I was like pint high, so a long time.
What is it about these types of conventions that draws you in?
Well, I'm a huge fan of the genre, so I enjoy interacting with different fans and potential readers and people who have actually read my work and find me at these conventions and meeting them for the first time. So the whole experience is just really cool, and the community is one of the best communities out there, the horror community.
Yeah, we do tend to be very passionate, speaking purely as a fan myself, and we can be a little nutty sometimes.
A little weird, yeah, but that's just comes with the territory, so.
And weird isn't necessarily bad.
Oh, it's great. I love it weird.
All right, cool.
Right there.
Okay, so we will move on down the line here to Frank, right? All right, sorry about that. I'm a little slow on the uptake sometimes. How are you, Frank?
Great.
All right, and tell us a little bit about your work.
My work, I'm like the horror comedy guy of the group. I also get tagged as a bizarro writer, so all my stuff is weird and funny, but it's all horror too. It's horror based. It's like Saturday the 14th, one of my favorite movies, or Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. It's got that sort of feel to it. So, and that's always what I write from. If I try to write something dark and serious and scary, it comes out funny anyway. I can't help myself.
Awesome. And how about you? How long have you been doing this?
Publishing since 2012, and same as Tim, and like any other writer you talk to, he's always been writing, so the bug just gets you.
Absolutely. And so now how are you, when you say published since 2012, I'm always fascinated about the current world of publishing. Are you self-published, or how do you find the process to be these days?
I am completely self-published, and self-publishing is the thing that made me dip my toes into writing seriously, because I do a podcast, and I do a podcast talking to writers because I love reading first and foremost. So I started talking to all these writers that were back in 2012 really starting this self-publishing revolution with Kindles and ebooks and everything. So it was talking to them. It sort of made me say, like, oh, I can do this too. I don't need to have gone to college and studied English 206 and taken all these serious classes and everything. I could just do this myself. I'm doing this already for myself. I always wrote for friends and just silly little stories. So it was just that talking to writers who were doing it made it okay for me to do it also.
Oh, that sounds great. Awesome. So let's move on down the line here to Chuck. Come on over, Chuck. Bringing the Horror Nerd, bringing people together since 2017. Hey, Chuck, how are you?
Good, I'm great. I'm having a great time, and this is a wonderful opportunity to hang out with you and hopefully meet some new people.
Cool. So tell the viewers about your work.
I am fiercely independent, much like Frank, just because I don't think a publisher could get out my work as fast as I want to. I'm kind of impatient that way. But I write just about everything from zombie to serial killers and occult thrillers and supernatural westerns. So I do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, these days in the horror literature area, what do you feel or find is the most popular genre? I know, on TV, maybe zombies are getting a little bit weary or burned out. Well, what do you find that the readers are looking for these days?
Yeah, I think the readers are still very firmly entrenched in the zombie culture. I think post-apocalyptic is extremely popular these days. whether you're looking around the world at natural disasters or at political events, people are worried about their future, and for some reason they find an escape in the horror of post-apocalyptic possibilities. So those are pretty popular. But there's still a big fan base who likes the classic horror genres of werewolves and vampires and ghosts. A lot of people still looking for ghosts and supernatural stuff.
I personally love a good ghost story, and I wish there were more movies like that. Like the actual movie Ghost Story is one of my favorites, and we just not any really good ghost stories anymore, like The Haunting or The Innocents or anything like that. So it's good to hear you talk about that.
Yeah, well, we all cut our teeth on the classics, whether it was H.P. Lovecraft or Stephen King or Edgar Allan Poe. So, going back to Peter Straub and Ghost Story and all that stuff, that's where we all started reading that, and it really formed our opinion on the genre from the beginning. So.
All right, so tell the viewers where they can find your books and where they can maybe follow you along on social media so they can stay up to date with what you're working on.
Sure. I'm listed as author Chuck, either on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Goodreads, and all my work is available on Amazon.com or my website, which is www.chuckbuda.com.
Cool. And Frank, how about you?
Same thing. All my books are available on Amazon. You can come see us at conventions in the area. A thing we three do, we've tapped into, is all these local breweries that have been popping up around the state of New Jersey. We've been actually going and doing book signings there with a great degree of success. So if you like beer, check your local brewery. Chances are me, Tim, and Chuck will be out there also.
Oh, that sounds very cool. I myself do like beer.
Beer and books is a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. And Tim, how about you?
Yeah, you can find my work on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, pretty much wherever bookstores are sold or books are sold. And my website is timmeyerwrites.com, so you can find me there.
Awesome. Well, I want to say best of luck to all of you guys at the convention and all your future works. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me.
Thanks very much.
I truly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Best of luck, guys, and we'll see everybody in the next interview.